I am Tracy Regan, and I am here to tell you about my journey of transformation. The first of our two children came along as a beautiful little girl. With that pregnancy, I had added on some extra weight and did not have the time or the energy to take it off, as I thought it would so easily come off. Then came the birth of our second child. My weight had gone up to 219 pounds. I can remember specifically standing on that scale that day and stepping on and seeing the number 219 and almost in a disbelief of how did I get there? Where was I to go now? And I felt stuck. I just had to wait out the years, and at some point I would get a chance and an opportunity to try and gain that control back. 2 years ago, I was driving down a backcountry road and I rolled it down a ravine, flipping the vehicle 3 times. And very lucky for me, I was not seriously injured, but it was a wake-up call for me. I decided I needed to do something, so I just began with a first step. I'm happy to say, sitting here today, that I am 60 pounds lighter than what I was on that day when I stood on that scale.
I think we can all agree, unbelievable transformation. The super fit mom, Tracy Regan, with us via Skype. And of course, Mark McDonald, New York Times bestselling author of Body Confidence. Tracy, I want to go to you first. What was that first step you took to lose 60 pounds?
For me, it was the idea of not having to take the whole leap at once. It's one step at a time. And finding myself, it doesn't have to be perfect. That perception of perfection that I always had in all of the sports that I'd played, I tried to apply that to my weight loss. And it's not all or nothing. It's a journey, and it has to begin with one step, one thing. And you're rewarded for your progress, not your perfection. And so I really had to change that mindset about myself.
You know, it's so interesting that you bring up you use the word journey, because the word journey is so daunting, I think, for so many people when you want to lose a significant amount of weight. You were at 210 pounds. You said you were stuck. I have some friends that have gained some weight after having kids, and they think the same thing. They're like, well, let me concentrate on my kids. Let me wait till my kids grow up. But you got into that accident, right? And that accident was sort of what put you over the edge, that made you want to make that change. Tell me about that.
Absolutely. I was really living in a fog, and I think that parents can relate to that. When you have kids, you're so tired, especially when they're young, that you drive from one place to another and don't realize how you got there. Mm-hmm. And so many times that would happen for me. And on that one particular night, I just, kind of lost that control and couldn't regain the vehicle and put myself in the ravine. And as I was sitting down there, lower than the road, and no one could see me, I had that mindset of I have to change something because my kids could have been in the car with me. And that really hit me. You know what? No more. I'm going to change, and I'm changing for me, and I'm changing for them to make me a better person.
You know, Mark, it's the new year, right? And so many people want to make these changes and these transformations. Do you need that point to make that change? Do you need that life-changing moment? How do you jumpstart?
Yeah, well, I love Tracy's first point when she talked about progress over perfection. Those are the winning words for 2015, progress over perfection. See, we think that we have to hit an hour of exercise in or 2 hours, and to just start, think about 5 minutes a day, slowly walking or doing 5 minutes of exercise 1% at a time. Chip away, and slowly and steadily you can get your health back. You don't need something like Tracy happened. You just have to think progress over perfection.
You know, we asked people on our Facebook page to tell us what they were doing in their transformation, some of the diets that people were saying. I want to read some of these comments to you, Mark. So Allison writes, diets don't work. Chris offers that it's all about low carb. And a lot of people write about Weight Watchers and how that worked for them. How do we sort through all of this stuff, you guys? There's so many diets. You know, Tracy, Mark, we all know, we've all been in these situations. How do you sort through it? 3
things. You have to look at your mindset, your food, and your support. So your mindset, progress over perfection, 1% improvements.
Yeah.
Your food, it's not about starving or restricting. You have to look about eating in threes. Every 3 hours, eat the food you like, but a balance of protein, fat, carbohydrates keeps your blood sugar balanced. And the reason why a program like Weight Watchers helps is provide support. You get 3 times faster results when you work with someone. So get a family member, get your community, do your plan with someone else.